Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good day. Welcome to another lesson for ELC151 subject. Alright, today we are going to take a look at another reading strategies that is interpreting nonlinear text. So in this lesson, we are going to take a look at how to interpret nonlinear text, how to describe charts and diagrams, and how to transfer information from linear to nonlinear forms. So what is nonlinear text? Usually when we read something, it is to gain information, right? To gain knowledge about something. So in order for us to gain knowledge and to get information, we read. So the things or the materials that we read are usually in a text form, isn't it? For example, you read newspaper, or you read storybooks, or you read articles or novels, or even your notes. It is usually in a text form. So that is what we call linear text, right? Words. So you gain information from the words that you have read. However, there are also other ways for you to gain information from your reading, and that is from nonlinear text. Okay, so what are nonlinear texts? We are going to take a look at the difference between linear and nonlinear text. So first, linear text is a traditional text that needs to be read from beginning to the end. Just like the examples that I gave you before, examples of linear text is novel, poems, short story, letter, educational text, your notes, your textbooks. Okay, that is an example of the linear text. And what is nonlinear text? Nonlinear text is the opposite of linear text. So whereby you get examples or you get information and data from not linear text but a nonlinear, which means flowcharts, diagrams, charts, graphs, pie chart, or any graphical organizers such as knowledge maps or story maps. Okay, so that is non-linear text, whereby you get the information not directly from a traditional text but actually from diagrams and flowchart. So those are what we call non-linear text. So another example of linear and non-linear text. So this is how usually linear text looks like. Okay, the lengthy words, usually reports or newspaper articles. However, nonlinear text is also delivering you the same information, the same data and knowledge, however in a nonlinear form, that is by using graphs, charts, and also diagrams. Okay, for example, like this one. So this is a linear text and this is nonlinear text. So in your test later, you are going to be asked to transfer information from nonlinear text into a linear text. Okay? Alright, so how to describe charts and diagrams? This is a list with phrases to describe charts and diagrams. Example, the pie chart is about, the bar chart deals with, the line graph shows, the slices of the pie chart compare the, and the chart is divided into how many parts. Okay, or in the body, it highlights, has the largest, has the second. Okay, it is as big as, is twice as big as. And then when you make a comparison, as you know, from the diagram, you can actually make a comparison of what is the trend of the graph. Is bigger than, more than, okay, only 1/3, less than half, the number increases or grows by. Okay, or when the number decreases, the number goes down, decreases, the number does not change or remains stable. It was really surprised to see, or we can say what. So this is how you describe charts or diagrams. So when you have a chart or diagrams, so you use these words to write the report on how you describe the charts and diagrams. However, for these subjects, you are not required to write any kind of report that describes charts or diagrams. For this subject, at the end of the semester, in your test, you will be asked to transfer information that you gain from a pie chart or from a graph, a diagram, into a sentence by answering the questions given in the question paper, right? Okay, so how to transfer the information from linear to non-linear? First, you have to read the passage to get the general idea of the subject matter, and then take a look at the visual to identify what information is needed, and lastly, to locate the relevant information and transfer it to the chart by using keywords. Okay, so this is the references that you can go online and to study more about the non-linear text. Now, let's take a look at an example of a non-linear text question. Okay, so we are referring to the same question set. Take a look at part B. So, interpreting visual or interpreting non-linear text. So, this is what we call non-linear. As compared to this one, the first article in part A and part C, this is a linear text. Okay. However, for part B, you have a non-linear text question. So, the instruction says that you have to study the visual and answer the questions that follow. So, you have to study this graph or this diagram, this bar chart. So, the title of the bar chart is Factors Contributing to the Selection of Child Care Service. So, now you have to understand what the title is about, or what the diagram is all about. So, for this particular diagram, it's about the factors that affects parents in selecting their child care service. Okay, so first, take a look at the numbers here. This is the percentage of parents. This is not the number of the respondents, but the percentage of the respondents. Okay, so don't get that wrong. This is not the number of people who answered the questions or who answered the survey, but this is the number of the percentage of the respondents. Okay, so first, the highest bar goes to location, close to home and work. So that is the first factor to contribute how parents select their child care service, by the location. So it has to be close to home and work. Next, the second highest, I think, would be to trust in care providers. So the trust that they put in the institution or who gave the care to their children. Next is others. Okay, we don't know what others are. It doesn't mention here. So remember, do not put anything that is not mentioned in the graph as your answer. Other than that, other factors are affordability, the only option available, the learning program, the business hours, it recommended by somebody, or due to safety. So this is the source of this diagram. Okay, take a look at the question. So the first question, what is the bar graph about? Okay, so the answer would be this. The bar graph is about factors contributing to the selection of childcare service. Okay, question number 2, what is the main factor for parents to choose childcare service? So what is the main factor? As you can see, this what is the factor with the highest number of respondents? That would be location. Okay, location that is close to home and work. So that is the answer for question B. And question C, what is the total percentage of parents who chose a childcare service based on the price and learning program? So 2 questions here. The total percentage of parents who choose a childcare service based on the price and learning program. So we want the total. So the price and learning program, price is affordability, okay, affordability over here, that is 10%. What about learning program? Learning program is about 16 to 17%. 7. Okay, so learning program 7 plus affordability 10 equals to 17%. So your answer here, the total percentage has to be 17%. So I wrote the answer here, 17%. This is the answer. Okay, what is the main factor? Obviously the location. This is the answer. We go back to question A or question 1. What is the bar graph is about? So your answer is, take the title as your answer. Okay, you just copy and then paste it here. Okay, so this is the answer. Alright, now let's take a look at the next question. According to the chart, what is the least considerable factor contributed to the selection of childcare service? What is the least? This is the keyword, the least. The least would be the lowest factor. Okay, so it says here, safety. Okay, the lowest factor as compared to the others. Here you can see, safety is the lowest. So we can say that the answer is safety. And the last question, in your opinion, why do you think not many parents select the childcare service based on the learning program? So feel free to just give opinion, but it has to answer this problem. Why do you think parents do not choose their childcare service based on the learning program? So some of the range of answer could be because of the child are still young, so it's not really important to consider the learning program because they are only like 2 years old, ranging from 2 years old to 5 years old, so it's not really significant, the learning program. Or probably because the location is more important than the learning program due to the locality whereby the parents can actually take the children and it's going to be easy for them. Okay, so just give any of your opinion, however it has to answer this question. Okay, alright. Okay, so so far for this time around, non-linear text, if you manage to answer all of these questions together, the marks is 5. Even though it is small, but it is still marks. You know, it's going to change a lot. Your grade a lot. It's going to affect your grade a lot. Alright, so I think for now that is all for non-linear text. Remember, when you transfer the information, read the questions first and understand what the graph is all about. Okay, so I think that is all. Thank you very much, and I will see you again in the next lesson or the next video. Right, take care. Assalamualaikum.